Switch to Matt Johnstone in Studio Red.
And I'm joined by Matt Johnstone, current academic officer. Few months left in the role. It's strange because 2 years ago we were sitting in these seats and I was interviewing you for your first election campaign. Actually, that's not true. Your second election campaign.
No,
I lost
the first one, yeah.
Well, you know, if at first you don't succeed, try twice again and win both times. What's the difference now being in YRY with a few months left?
I'm much less stressed. I'm watching the chaos unfold and I don't have to worry too much about it. Which is nice, and I can see the kind of the anxiety in you both, and I can smile at it in a non-discriminatory way.
Absolutely. Well, we probably have to touch on it because we're doing an SU election period during a strike period.
We are again, like we were 2 years ago.
It's very deja vu. But let's talk a little bit about strikes. There's obviously a wide range of student opinions, and people will be wondering why they haven't been balloted in the same way as they were in autumn, in the spring. Can you just talk us through that difference in position this time around?
So I actually wrote an article about it.
Where can people read it?
On Wonky,
Wonky,
somewhere. I don't actually know if it's public access.
You've got to search Matt Johnstone Wonky.
Yeah, and my profile picture on that website has hair, which is very weird. So when we balloted, we had low turnout, 3.3%, give or take, depending on which student numbers you look at. 693 responses. Wasn't great. Was not really quorate if we were doing an official referendum. So there wasn't much weight behind what we were saying. Yeah. And there wasn't really much we could do with the result. We announced it to the university. We went and we supported UCU. And that was kind of it. But because of the low turnout, the university wasn't massively blown away with what we were saying. It wasn't. Yeah. There wasn't sufficient weight behind our words to make all of the drama and to thoroughly annoy, almost swore, the those 43% of respondents that really didn't want to support strike action. To annoy that many people with such a split vote. I think the phrase I used was swift, decisive, and overwhelmingly divisive, which I am so proud of, and I feel like I stole it from somewhere. So this time around, we are kind of supporting strike action. We're still there on the picket lines every morning. I think this morning, none of us were there due to various circumstances. Most mornings, but there. Yeah. We have snacks. We're talking to striking staff. We're talking to people on the picket lines. But the main point is we are voicing frustration from the student body, because whether you were angrily against strikes or you were angrily for strikes, the key theme between those two things was you were angry. Yeah. And we just want to give students a voice to voice that.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Let's talk a little bit about other things. I don't want to make this all about strikes in your candidate interview night. The two people going for your role, what do you think are the challenges they're going to have over the next year from July onwards?
Well, I think they're going to continue seeing high workload amongst staff. I don't think... Well, actually, in just over a year, there will be another valuation. It's the valuations of the USS pension scheme. The assets held by that scheme are on a 3-year cycle, and the next one is due in March 2023. So that will rear its ugly head again. They will have to deal with that towards the end of their term. There are things coming down from the Office for Students right now. What's currently being referred to as the B3 Bear, which is a requirement B3, which is to do with outcomes, graduate outcomes, and students should go into employment when they graduate. Otherwise, universities aren't doing their job properly. It's a whole thing. You've got B3, you've got TEF as well, which is currently being reworked, which is the Teaching Excellence Framework. There is going to be some bureaucracy involved with that, which is going to take up a significant amount of time. And, of course, in September 2023, we are starting a modularised and semesterised academic year. Yeah. So the next, 18 months are going to be full of modern SEM talks. Because I call it modern SEM because it's so much easier.
Well, I'm going to interrupt you with that. There's plenty to be getting on with for either Deb or Matt Best. Let's head down to the green room and Claudia and
I
Beth.
just love a good exit interview.
Oh, we love